When you get a new horse and are unable to continue feeding them the same diet, both grain and hay, either because you don't have access to it or just don't know what they were being fed at all, how can you minimize the risk of a digestive upset when you start feeding them at home? And we actually did have a community comment also on YouTube from Sandy, and she said, yeah, I want to know more about the last one. And she also said, hashtag best channel in the world. Well, thank you very much, Sandy.
Okay. I totally get this question because I have a background in horse rescue, and I mean, we would impound horses and to start from completely scratch. So I get it. And for those who don't have that background, I'll share that the reason you're concerned about starting a horse from completely scratch is when you're transitioning a horse to a new diet, we're always told do it slowly over 7 to 10 to even 14 days. And both hay and grain and pasture. And that's because of the bacteria that live in the hindgut. They need time to adapt to the new feed stuff because they're the ones actually doing the work. So it's all about the little bugs, the little good bugs. And what we're trying to do is prevent a colic, loose stool, and other sort of digestive disturbances or disruptions or whatever. So I have some common sense tips. It's things like small meals frequently. That's always good for horse digestion. Change one thing at a time, so maybe just start with hay, just to forage and get that out of the way first. You got to make sure they're drinking well, so it could be adding some salt to the diet. I like to keep them moving, so don't just throw them in a stall, but make sure they have good turnout and exercise and that, but not to the point that you're not still training and conditioning and competing. You don't want to add any more stress.
Yes.
I would also count as stress, and now this would be shocking, you'll be shocked.
Shock me.
Okay, have the veterinarian out to do a physical exam, make sure the horse is healthy, but try to wait on vaccinations and deworming and blood work and even dental care and foot care. Wait on that stressful stuff until you maybe through the food transition.
I am shocked that you said that.
Are you?
Especially deworming.
But does it make sense? That
Absolutely.
You want to cut down on the horse's stress.
Yes.
Okay. What else can you do? You can think, are there any supplements, specific supplement ingredients that might help the horse during this transitional period? And there are. And there's research around probiotics, prebiotics, yeast, and enzymes to show that they help the horse stabilize the hindgut, assist with these transitions in diet. What are other good words? Stabilize the populations that live in the hindgut, adjust to feed changes, all those good things. As far as probiotics would be like the actual living bugs. So you might look on the label and see terms like lactobacillus, bifidobacterium, enterococcus. Do you have a favorite one?
I don't have a specific favorite one. It's so hard to choose.
I know, there's so many. Prebiotics would be things, those are the food for the good bugs, is the way that we shorten and say it. It's things like moss and phos and inulin and pectin. Enzymes help break down the larger chunks of nutrients into portions that the horse's gut can digest. And then yeast is fun. We include that as Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and our favorite brand is Diamond V yeast. And so you'll look in our products and see that say Smart Digest Ultra will have Diamond V yeast brand in it, as we think that has a lot of value in horses that are trying to maintain a healthy GI tract.
Absolutely. And I think that's such great advice. And I was just saying to Dr. Gray before this episode, we just got a new horse into my barn on Tuesday, so very familiar with having to do some of this. And since the forage, to your point, is like the main part of the horse's diet.
Correct.
And I know that if you change a horse's hay too quickly, they're almost like 10 times more likely to colic.
Yep.
So do that one first, get them transitioned nicely, and then slowly start to transition the rest of it as you kind of go through.
Yeah. So did you do anything else with this horse, or
so it's day 2. So
it just happened.
Just got here.
Oh, okay.
But so far so good.
Good.
You know, a little bit of turnout just to kind of keep them moving.
Keep them moving.
Get the digestion. No riding yet or anything like that. But he's super mellow guy so far.
Let him chill.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
But it also sounds like you are getting a new horse, but based on that question, which is very exciting. So definitely make sure you send us some photos of your new horse when they come, okay? And let us know if these tips help you out.